Hey guys, AJ here. Optima Batteries asked me to check in on a few of my friends, so I'm about to FaceTime with Gary Patterson from Shelby, America, and see what he's up to today. So let's give him a call. Hi Gary, how are you?
Super. How you doing, AJ?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm just trying to keep cool in this heat we're having. So how are you doing today?
We're doing fabulous. We're right here in the Shelby Heritage Center, so we can kind of take a little peek and look around. This is where everybody comes in for the first time and sees kind of what it's all about, our retail store.
So you guys are obviously closed due to the lockdown, correct?
Yes, correct. The public access, the retail store, those kind of things are down. We're actually still working in the factory out in the back
Okay.
and building vehicles and things like that.
So I basically get to have a virtual tour of the Heritage Center and everything Carroll Shelby. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to show you around, and maybe we can just go for a ride.
Wow. So I have to ask you this. I went to go see the movie Ford versus Ferrari because I have met Carroll in the past at several automotive events. So I had to see this movie. And have you found that foot traffic and visitors have increased since the movie?
We were really thrilled with the movie, and it did. It introduced the brand and what we do and the excitement and the storyline to a whole group of people that may never have known anything about Carroll Shelby or his legacy or those kind of things. So foot traffic and interest in the brand and car sales, truck sales, all those kind of things certainly had a great spike, and we had a great roll running up until this pandemic hit. So I think we're gonna see that come back. It's gonna take a little walking before we run, but I think people will get the excitement back, and we're ready to get out of the house and jump out onto the racetrack again.
I think the attitude that we have to have during this whole thing is exactly like what Carroll Shelby did, make lemonade out of lemons type of thing. Because if you watch the movie, he had every single roadblock imaginable, but he always found a way to overcome it.
Yeah, and Carroll Shelby was a man that accomplished a tremendous amount in his lifetime, even though he was given some really, unbelievable challenges like his heart condition. And
Yeah.
he never ever said, okay, I'm done, I'm just gonna go home and sit in the easy chair and watch TV or whatever it was. No, he was a guy that was on to the next thing, and he was living full throttle all the way to the end. We've got our Heritage Center that's open generally to the public, and I'd look for something first part of June for people to come back in. But we've got Cobras that we built before, we've got some from now, we've got a real nice kind of a storyline that goes with Carroll Shelby. But Carroll was always a guy that wanted to give back as well. So, if you look right here, that little 16 Cobra, number 16, is actually a Sebring edition that we did as a tribute to all the guys that raced in Sebring with Cobras. And so that car is really designed just like the cars were in the 60s. But behind that is also talks about the foundation, the Carroll Shelby Foundation. And when he got his heart transplant in 1990,
I never knew he had a heart transplant.
He did. So to give back, he started the Carroll Shelby Foundation, helping kids in the race of life. And when you think about it, I look at that as life is like you're looking through the windshield, right? Mm-hmm. The windshield is really big.
Yeah.
The rear view mirror, very small. The rear view mirror is important, and you can learn a lot from the rear view mirror. But if you focus all your attention on the rear view mirror, you're going to crash.
That is an amazing analogy. I really like that.
This old Cobra here was also done in like 1965, and when you had a car that weighed 2,400 pounds, and it had an engine like this. Check this out: 427 cross ram, 2 4-barrels, 2 Paxton superchargers. Who does that?
Exactly. Who does that?
Right?
Carroll.
Carroll Shelby. Right?
Carroll Shelby.
Carroll Shelby. He always was after the next thing. And, if a 289 was great, a 427 had to be even better. Some of the other stuff that's here is, let's take a look at this one. So this was an experimental car. Also, by the way, has an Optima battery, but it's locked in the trunk. But an Optima battery fires up this thing. So hold on real quick.
Okay.
See if we can open the hood. And so there it is. So that engine,
Oh, nice.
that engine is a 5.8 liter twin turbo engine. Probably 1,350 to 1,400 horsepower.
Okay, I was waiting. I was like, I'm holding my breath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there it is. See, there's that
There
big
it is.
horsepower.
We got the 65 Shelby Mustang here, sitting next to the GT40. And oh, by the way, that's the car that did win Le Mans, or what didn't win officially. That's another story. But if you saw the movie, right? So that was
Yes.
Ken Miles' car. Technically, he got second. We all know he really was the guy that won that race.
Exactly.
And that part of the movie is accurate. Okay, that's a very cool storyline. But that's really, really, really a cool car. Next to it is the brand new 2020 GT500, 760 horses right out of the gate. Emissions
So
legal
you-
pump gas.
So this you could buy, you could go to your dealership, get that particular car with 700 horsepower.
760 horses right from the dealer,
Wow.
right? So how cool is that? Well, let's look at this one because we build these here in the shop. This particular car, a Bold Edition, convertible, you can get it in automatic or manual transmission. And look at that engine. Is that cool or
That's
what?
beautiful.
Right? 825 emissions legal horsepower on pump gas.
That is crazy.
How cool is that, huh? We talked about the movie a little bit. Actually,
Yes.
we got a couple of the cars that were actually in the movie. The
Oh,
blue car
nice.
right there.
Okay,
The
yeah.
little Cobra that Matt Damon drove quite a bit in
Yes.
the movie. That very car is this one. So we do have a couple of the movie cars, and we've got the first of the Aston Martin that Carroll supposedly won the 59 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's not the actual car, but it is the car that was in the movie, and it's still
Yeah.
dirty from being in the movie. So
That is so cool.
this car right here is a Shelby Series 1. Many
Okay.
people don't even know what that car is. It was an all carbon fiber body, honeycomb aluminum chassis. We built it from scratch. It's the only sports car we ever did absolutely from scratch. So pretty
Wow.
cool stuff.
I mean, you could literally just spend a whole day just in this part of the Heritage Center alone.
Yeah, so all carbon fiber body, honeycomb aluminum chassis, push rod style suspension, which reduces unsprung weight. I mean, cool stuff. We only
Yeah.
built 250 of them, and about 70 were supercharged. So really neat stuff right here in the Heritage Center. Carroll actually signed the engine cover on this one. A lot of that kind of stuff, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
And if you want, do you want to go out in the factory, take a quick walk?
I would love
You up
to
for
go.
that? You know, when you look at the Shelby legacy and you say, well, you know, we lost Carroll in 2012, and that's too bad. But you know, everybody times out. So Carroll timed out, but he entrusted us with a legacy that is just remarkable. So how does that continue? And the way it continues is right here. It continues with all the guys in the shop that are building the cars and the trucks. It's also the people. It's the people that want to own the cars, the people that own the older cars, the newer cars. It's, you know, anybody that's part of the Shelby family. But we've got a chassis dyno. We do a lot of development and tuning and things like that on this machine. We just tuned this particular car, a wide body Shelby 1000 that we custom made for a guy, 2017. And look at this engine. Wait till you see this. This is really bad.
Okay, let's see this bad boy. Wow.
1,160 horsepower this morning at the rear wheels. And we've got some really cool, you know, cars with, you know, different colors. We've got Carroll Shelby Signature Edition cars. We've got Bold Edition cars where you're seeing some of the bright colors and interiors. This particular truck that's not quite done yet, but it's a little one. It's an F-150, but it's a single cab, short box. We did 0 to 60 in that truck, 770 horse, all-wheel drive, 3.45 seconds to 60 in a pickup. Who does
Wow,
that?
and that's something that you don't hear those numbers for a truck.
You don't hear those numbers for most cars. That's the fastest one you can go out and buy from a dealer. It's just cool, right? But that's what we do. That was Carroll Shelby.
Well, I was going to ask you, since we're in the factory, is there anything that you guys are building that maybe we could get a sneak peek of, or how does that work as far as what you guys are building and what you can show?
Well, I can't show you everything, but these are some of the cars and trucks that are currently in process.
You guys are so detailed with your work, but then like you said, if you're going to change out the engine and put something more powerful, you can't keep the old brakes and the old exhaust, and you got it. It's almost like a chain reaction, but for the better. You're just taking something that was good and making it just fantastic.
Right. And so if you look at this one, that whole front fascia, it's up on a lift so you can see it a little better, but that whole front fascia is something that we designed. It's totally new on this car.
Now, do a lot of these customers, once they get there, they bring in their car, and when everything's done, do they take it to car shows, or does every customer have kind of a different, what do they do with it after? Does it just become their daily driver? Do they like to show it off, or what do they do with these cars?
Yeah, you know,
trucks?
It really depends on the person, AJ. It's great. Once you own the car, you can do what you want with it. A lot of the guys, they'll put it in a collection. Maybe they'll never drive it. They want to keep the miles low. And other guys just do car shows. Some people take them across country and they drive them on a regular basis. Some people take them to the racetrack and have a good time with them.
Okay, now has there been a time where a customer came in and had an idea or what they wanted to do with the car, but it really wasn't representative of Shelby? Like, was there a time where you said, you know what, I don't think we could do that because it's not going to make the brand look good?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We've had that happen numerous times, and people that even want Brand X cars converted, and even foreign cars converted. And those are not things that we'll do.
And what would Carroll say if somebody came in with an outrageous request of what they wanted to? I can just imagine what he would say to this customer.
Well, you never knew what was coming out of his mouth, as you clearly know. However, I'm sure that whatever came out was unfiltered, and he was very candid with that person. So, you know, outrageous could be a lot of things. It could be a silly amount of horsepower, and he might have said yes. Or
that's true.
It could have been something that made no sense at all to do, and he'd say, I don't think so. But Carroll experimented. He had a Cobra that ran on hydrogen. He's had them that, you know, ran on electricity. I mean, there's just a lot of things. Carroll was not a person that said no to everything. In fact, when you came up with some innovative things, he might have just said yes.
Yeah, he was one to think outside the box for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He always thought outside the box. So when we look at the challenges that we have at Shelby American today and the Carroll Shelby legacy, we're excited about the future. And you can bet that we're going to be hard on the gas and really try to make this whole thing work. So
this place, I mean, I'm just so amazed by getting this tour during FaceTime, but I can imagine in person there's just so much to take in and appreciate, even like the littlest details. So I would love to bring my family out there one day.
You know, you should bring your dad and stuff, because, you know, even though you might be a Pontiac person, I think you'd really appreciate what we do and the muscle cars and things like that. So I'd encourage you to bring your husband, you know, your son or daughter.
I have a son.
You have a son? How old is he?
Yes, he's 10.
He's 10. Perfect. Yeah, it's an exciting time here at Shelby. We just we can't wait to get the store open and bring all of our friends and family back and share the experiences.
No, I mean, it's great. You have history, you've got simulators, you have t-shirts and memorabilia, you've got this amazing shop where all the magic happens. I mean, this is great, and I'm excited for everything to open back up and we can pay you guys a visit.
That would be awesome.
All right, Gary. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me and giving us a virtual tour, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.
Absolutely. In the meantime, we'll keep our foot flat on the floor and visit us at shelby.com.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, AJ.